Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Brandy Nicole here of Trauma Fitness. And I just wanted to come on and do a quick video about silence and what is your silence costing you. And as I was sitting here, I was just sitting here going through some things and working on a project. And after getting some reviews on my book, for those of you who don't know, I just wrote and launched my book. It's called Becoming Your Better. And I've been talking and getting some feedback from other people who actually read it. And we talk about the silence piece of individuals who go through trauma and how they remain silent. A big question was, you know, why do you wait so long to express yourself or express your trauma? And I wanted to just take a moment to ask the question, what is silence costing you? You know, this isn't an invitation for anyone to go out and feel like they have to broadcast to the world their trauma. It's a very hurtful thing. It's a lot of pieces and dynamics that go into that, and I understand why people don't. I held one of my major traumas secret for more than 20 years for a number of reasons. So I want you to think of it from a different perspective. What is it costing you to remain silent? And like I said, even if you're not broadcasting it to the world, what is it doing and what is it costing you to keep it silent amongst yourself? Because a lot of times when we don't deal with our trauma, we hold it silent. We think that it just goes away. We brush it under the rug. It doesn't go away. It just simply shows itself in another form, in another fashion of your life. In some way, shape, or form, it is penetrating and it is blossoming in your reactions or your actions or how you raise your children or how you respond to certain things when you're triggered. It holds itself present in modern day, even when we think that, oh, because it's happened such a long period of time ago, it doesn't hold a place in my life. I'm over it. You cannot get over something that you've never dealt with, meaning time does not heal all wounds. You know that saying, time heals all wounds. That's not always the case. I'm a firm believer that without doing the work, it doesn't matter. It could be 40 years. It shows itself present in some way, shape, or form in your day-to-day life. So what is it costing you exactly to remain silent? Is that a part of you keeping yourself bound by remaining silent? Even if it's just admitting to yourself that this trauma happened to you. Even if you deal with the trauma solo, by you not admitting it, by you staying silent, are you suffering silently inside? Is it self-inflicted after a point in time? Is your silence of your trauma affecting your children? Because they don't know your story. They then go through the same traumas, or they don't see the certain signs, and or your parenting is based off of this particular trauma, and they have no clue why you are doing things the way that you're doing. I'll give you a perfect example. For me, my daughters were not allowed to spend a night if their friends had brothers for any reason. Now, my daughters didn't have a clue as to why I was doing that. I knew why I was doing that. My daughters didn't have a clue. So they just thought I was being extremely mean, isolating them from their friends, being unreasonable. That in turn builds resentment. So it's important that we share sometimes. You know, as bad as we don't want to share our stories, as bad as we want to silence ourselves from our trauma, it plays a bigger role in more than just our lives. And so I want you to ask yourself the question, what is it costing you to remain silent? Is it costing you your own internal suffering? Is it costing your children suffering? Is it keeping the generational curse active because you won't speak on it and pray against it? What is silence costing you? And just think about that as you begin to heal and on your healing journey. Because when you know what it cost you, you know how to change that expense to a deposit. Now we need to change that expense that's going out of life for you and turn it into a positive that's going to replenish and deposit into your life. This is another piece of proper healing. What is it costing you to remain silent? Everything doesn't have to be publicly broadcast. No, I'm not saying go write a book like I did or any of that. I'm saying even if it comes at the cost of you not being silent to yourself, that is the first step of your healing. So what is your silence costing you? Question. If you guys don't know and have not ordered your book, please go to my site, brandynicole.co, and order your copy of my newest book called Becoming Your Better, where I talk about trauma and all of its forms, where I talk about generational curse, soul ties, the whole nine, and 6 powerful steps of the word become to helping you become your better version of a healed, positive, motivated, and inspiring self. I am getting such wonderful feedback on the book, guys. It's blowing my mind, some of the conversations that I'm having with people in regards to the book. So I encourage you to go out and get your copy today. If you have not, this book is a perfect avenue to beginning a beautiful 2023 and going into a healing process. So once again, if you have not ordered your copy, please go and support www.brandynicole.co. Get your copy today. Happy Monday.